Guys, how are we doing? I am a little bit behind. I'm just waiting for Estelle to join the live and then we're ready to get going. I'm super excited. I know Estelle is as well because she's just tagged me on Instagram and in Facebook saying how excited she is. I just need her to look at her phone now and see that she has a link to join this because I'm using a different bit of software because it allows me to do things like have these flowers in the background and records it in streams in multiple places as well. So it's streaming into this group and it's streaming onto YouTube as well. There is Estelle. If I do this. Hello, my darling.
Oh God, you came at me really loud there all of a sudden. Good morning.
I moved you into the actual live and I think that bumped up the sound a little bit. I was like, oh, is she going to see the link? Is she going to know where to come?
I saw you. How pretty is this?
I know. This is so it's a bit like StreamYard, but it's called Restream, and it's a lot cheaper than
I've heard about it. I haven't used it, but I've heard about it. But this is amazing. How pretty is this?
Add lots of different things in the background. I don't know.
I love it. What a great way to start my my Thursday morning with all this prettiness in front of my eyes.
I haven't even looked. I haven't even played with all the branding on it yet. You can add logos and you can create your own overlays and you can do all your kind of stuff, but I haven't really. I think somehow I've just added a Ukraine sticker somewhere. I don't know. Not that I don't support, support Ukraine, but it's not really what we're talking about today. Oh my gosh, I'm super excited. You and I haven't caught up properly for ages, and I'm in danger now that we could sit here and have a massive catch up because
we need to remember that there's other people listening today, Sarah. Right. We need to keep this Instagram based.
The social media as a whole has, well, it changed the world, doesn't it? It changed the way businesses run. And it's huge. And a lot of businesses didn't get on board to start with. They kind of shied away from it. They didn't want to go down it. And now even the biggest of brands, their social media is kind of the thing they are putting all their money in, the things they're running with, the things they're advertising with. It's huge. So there's been a lot of changes. And Instagram really is your platform, your baby. I have to say in this business, we all kind of started on Facebook and then we've moved over to Instagram. That suddenly grew.
I think most people did, Sarah. I think that was the problem that I have faced for a really, really long time because Facebook was so huge. It was the place, that was for building communities, for connecting. It was one of the biggest platforms. So that's one of the biggest struggles that I've always faced in trying to bring people over and explain to them that, just as much as Facebook has its uses, Instagram is also there and has loads of benefits as well. And obviously, I can talk about those for days.
Yes. And we're going to cover some really exciting things. Obviously, Reels have been massive run over Instagram. And we're going to get to those in a minute. But actually, I did a poll last night in here to see which social media people had set up. And there was actually a huge chunk of people who didn't have Instagram already set up as part of their channels or what they use on a daily basis. So one of the tasks they've been given today is to actually set up their Instagram. So that's obviously, I've come to one of your workshops. I've been through this kind of thing with you. So what are your kind of top tips for people who literally have a brand new grid to play with? They've never touched it before. How do they suddenly get in front of their customers? What do they need to put in their bios and what do they need to have on there?
Oh, great place to start, because as much as, we're going to talk about Reels and all the amazing things that you can do on Instagram, really the foundations are still really, really important. So even if you are one of these people that have been using Instagram for a while, you're sharing Reels, hopefully a few of the tips that I will share with you now about your bio and, easy ways that you can tweak things, hopefully even those of you, I'm really big again. Even those of you that, already have an Instagram account, you might even pick up something here, because these are the things that are fundamental to your account, but they're also things that you can change as well. So, potentially you could be doing something slightly different now to what you were maybe when you started your account, and your bio needs to reflect that. So when we talk about your bio, it's the first thing that people come to when they go to your Instagram account. You've got your logo at the top, and then you have the little bit of writing. This is what we call your bio. So first things first, your profile picture, I would say to make sure that it is the same across all platforms. or that it's easily recognizable, even if it's not identical, so that people don't get confused. They can go to any platform at all, whether it's, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You need to see some sort of consistency. So that would be the first thing.
It's
The next
interesting now. Sorry, but when you change your profile picture now on Facebook, it automatically asks you, do you want to set this as your Instagram one as well? So it's made that really streamlined on those
There's
platforms.
so many different things that are now, working alongside each other, because obviously Facebook and Instagram, they come under metaverse. So there are so many ways. So, and this is another really good benefit of using Instagram along with Facebook, because it doesn't have to be another platform to manage. There's a few things that you can do, which will mean that your content's going to share out onto both platforms anyway. So that's another one of the benefits for anybody that is using Facebook and thinking, oh my God, have I got to go and create a whole load of new content? No, you don't, because you can just repurpose it across both platforms now. And this goes for stories, Instagram Reels. So you're creating Reels. It can be shared across both platforms. So yeah, there's loads of cool things that you can do that will make your life a little bit easier. So your Instagram bio, the first line of text, this is one of my favorite tips. And this is an oldie but a goodie. I think I've been sharing this tip now for about 5 or 6 years. And it's one of the things that actually hasn't changed. Instagram is changing on a daily basis, but this is one of the things that hasn't changed at all in the last 5 or 6 years. So the first line of black text in your bio, when you go to edit your profile, it will ask for your name. So, straight away, the natural thing to do is to put your name there. However, those words are going to bring you up in searches. They're searchable words. So rather than having my name, Estelle Keeber, I have Instagram expert and speaker, because those words are going to be searched more. More people are going to be looking at those words on Instagram than they are my name. So whenever somebody searches the word Instagram expert or speaker, hopefully you guys can go and check this. But hopefully my account should be one of the first ones that come up. And this is what you want to happen when people search for words. So think about words that describe your business and what you do and what your ideal clients are searching for on Instagram. And those are the words that you should have in that first line of text. So that is a super important one, and one that you can literally change in seconds. So for anybody that is watching this right now and has their name in their bio, you could literally go right now, you can change it. And this is another thing that, for anybody that hasn't been on one of my trainings before, even, even if you have never used Instagram before, if those of you that have literally just set up your account, every single person will leave my training being able to have implemented something or changed it, because I want you to understand how easy it is. You don't have to go all in and, be spending 50 million hours a week on social media. It's about making small changes. And this one small change will make a massive difference. So go and change that first line of text from your name to words that describe your business.
So to give an example, mine is, I have two accounts. One is my Sarah's Bookshop account. So my Sarah's Bookshop account is Sarah Higgs Osborne Book Loving Mummy as my title. And my other one is Sarah Higgs Network Marketing Professional, on the one which is not my book selling one. It's the one that's actually my profile. So it's, again, so you can have multiple profiles as well that do different things. But yes, you're right, that name, and that's something I picked up from you at a training. I think I didn't ever say that before. It just said my name. Little tips.
Yay. So that would be my first tip. Second tip for your bio is be really to the point. Think of it like, you literally have a split second to get somebody's attention. So you put those words in, they've found you, you're the person they're looking for. They're thinking, yes, I've found somebody that I really want to follow. Let them know in your bio what it is that you do or how you can help them. Nobody has time to read a whole freaking paragraph of writing. They don't want to know your life story. They don't need to know, what you had for your dinner. All they need to know is, what do you do and how can you help them? Because that way they can instantly recognize, are you somebody that they want to follow or aren't you? And if you're not, that's fine as well. You don't want people on your account that are just never going to engage with you. However, you have literally a very small amount of time to make an impact. So think about the way that your bio is formatted. And another little tip here is use your Notes app. So you can use the Notes app on your phone to format. You can break the lines up. You can add in little emojis to sort of break the lines. Just make it as easy on the eye as you can. Bullet points, nice and simple, and give a call to action at the end. So tell people why you want them to click the link, which takes me nicely on to my third tip, which is make sure you're using the link in your bio. You can have one link in your bio. However, I did predict last year we are going to get more than one link in your bio, and it's actually happening. It really is.
Ooh.
It's happening in the States. I've seen some accounts have got it. As always, they get it before we do. So I've seen it on other people's accounts. I don't actually have it myself yet. But until we get where you can share multiple links, just make sure you are putting one link in there, wherever it may be you want people to go to, whether it's a website, Facebook group. Tell people in your bio why you want them to do it, what they need to do. Click the link and then have your live links underneath.
So for this boot camp, the link I would really urge you all to have, which you might not actually set up until tomorrow. Some of you already have this set up, some of you will not, is the link to an online free prize draw. So we have their free giveaway every month, Estelle, which it's basically data capturing. It allows people to answer questions. They give us leads. So what we do is create an online form, and we want to filter everybody from our social media channels into that form, because then we've got their name, their phone number, their email address. Then they become, and we know what they want to hear about. So then they become a hot lead rather than just someone floating on social media. Sorry, as you were, keep interjecting little things.
That's perfect. And like you say, you can change these links as often as you like. So right now you could go into your bio, you could say, free prize draw to win, £50 worth of books, click here. Well, once that offer is finished and you want to drive them back to your Facebook group or somewhere else, you can change it again. So like you've just said, it's something else that you can change. It's literally going to take a minute or so to copy and paste that link over, tweak your bio, and your opt-ins changed.
Do you know, I think this really builds in to having an end goal in mind. And so many people set up their social media without even thinking of it as being a funnel, not even thinking about it as being and then it's just wasteful time. If you're literally just floating around on social media with no purpose, no anything,
yeah,
then it's not a focus point of your time. It's not a good use of your time. It's a good use of your time when you have an end point, when you have something to clock. So like getting people on a free prize draw, getting people into your Facebook group.
And there's loads of ways you can track this on Instagram. So for example, like you're saying, right now you're wanting to drive people to that link in the bio to join the prize draw. So there's different ways you can do that. You can share out a post that you can say, click the link in my bio. You can create an Instagram story, which I would recommend every single person that is watching that, can do today. Share out what you've been doing this morning. Share out that, we've been talking about Instagram, and you would love to see how many people engage. If you're seeing this, if you're seeing this story, click on the poll. There's a perfect piece of content for you guys to be creating. You could do it whilst you're watching, multitask, and you can also click the link. You can have live links in your stories. So
and this doesn't have to be time consuming either. So literally 3 minutes before you jumped on here, you put a story out with me in it. I immediately reshared that story. That's gone out on your followers, my followers, within the space of seconds. 5 minutes prior to that, I went on and saw a reel, was like, oh, I'll use that template. And it was one where you just put your images in. I've had the new titles are out today. They were the last set of images in my phone already. Literally within 10 seconds, I had a reel gone out with the new titles that are coming out today. So, within 30 seconds, that is content that's gone out. And I'm not a great Instagram user. I go for it when I have a purpose. I come back out of it. I haven't got that whole I've got like a 10,000 following on Facebook. So my page is still a really good funnel for me. That's where my community is. So it's an extra thing. But even with it being an extra thing, seconds, and I've had something go out. So people kind of big it up in their head that it's this massive thing. Oh, it's a whole nother platform. Oh, it's something I'm going to have to do. Oh, I'm going to have to learn how to do this. Doesn't take long how to learn how to do it. And once you've got it,
we talked about it again, like the features are very similar. So if you are somebody that's using Facebook thinking, I don't really know if I want to use Instagram, the Facebook stories. So I'm the total opposite. I didn't even realize the other day, I never check who is looking at my Facebook stories because I totally forget that they're shared over onto Facebook as well. For anybody that knows me, my time is spent mostly over on Instagram. So I totally forgot that my stories are there on Facebook as well. So again, if you're using Facebook stories, using Instagram stories is very similar. I'm going to guess. I don't really use Facebook stories, but the features are going to be very similar. And it's the
And as
same
you
as,
say, you can link them, choose one platform and
yeah,
get them to send
share
out
them across.
on both. I think, let's touch back again a little bit on this whole having a purpose with it and whole not wasting our time on social media. Because what I don't want to do is, time is precious right now, especially with the summer holidays. You're a working mum, I'm a working mum. Actually, we all want to go out and get in some of this sunshine if we actually get more of it this year, and be outside with our kids. We don't want to feel like we're working our tits off all the time, especially if we're not getting results from it. It's about working smarter, not more hours. So it's very easy to get into this bubble of, one, don't go scrolling every single thing on Instagram when you're there.
Set
Yeah.
time and be intentional. So, we've just talked about templates, you using a template. One of the tips that I shared in our Reels challenge last week or the week before is save these audios. So, spend 5 minutes sitting there thinking, right, I don't want to be in front of the camera like you've just said. I'm just going to use a template. It's literally putting images into Instagram Reels. Scroll through, find the templates that you want to use, save them, so that when you do have time to sit and create them, you've got them there ready to use, rather than having to like scroll through, think, oh, I don't know what I'm going to create today. You've already got them there. So spend 5 minutes, be intentional, think to yourself, right, I'm going to go on, I'm going to look for some templates that I like, and then come off. It's not about saying don't use social media, don't have fun on social media.
Oh
You've
God,
all,
no.
it's about doing it intentionally, having the time that you've got to, spend on your business. Use that, like you say, with an end goal in mind. When you go on there, is it to engage? Is it to look for content? Have some sort of purpose, like you said.
See, one of the biggest things I ask myself, and you can write this down actually, is, am I being a content creator or a content consumer? Because if you are using your time wisely because you want to be out with the kids and you want to do your chores and you want to get everything else sorted, you want to be in that bracket of, I'm being a content creator. Yes, we're all going to consume it sometimes. We all love a lazy day on the sofa, scrolling through, laughing at other people. I'm not trying to take that away, but that's going to be sucking your energy, sucking your time away. It has a time and a place. Be very, very mindful. Am I using this right now to create content or build relationships, which is the next thing I'm going to come on to? Or am I wasting my time watching cat videos where it's actually bringing in nothing to my business? So let's touch on that, building relationships. Again, being purposeful, not getting in arguments with people over the internet over politics or stupid things, but actually social media is about networking. It is about interacting with those people who interact with you. And it is also about going out and finding your ideal client and hopefully funneling them in to then follow you, to then click on your call of action. So let's talk about that, because again, people have this kind of like fear of messaging strangers or interacting with people we don't know. And as we all know, a stranger is just a friend we haven't met yet. You and I were LinkedIn, we connected with. We tell each other all our darkest secrets now. Estelle did slide into my DMs on Instagram. So yeah, so what
It's
should
all
people
about
do?
building the
It is
relationships.
all about building the relationships. But, I'm so glad you did. I sent you a LinkedIn request. You checked out my profile, went, oh, she's in someone in network marketing. That's a market I want to deliver trainings in. You sent me a message and we were perfect fit for each other in so many more ways than I think we were planning at that point.
Right now.
Yeah. But this is it. How should people be approaching people? Should we just be messaging people we don't know? Should we just should we be replying to comments, actively searching hashtags, following hashtags, looking for people who we believe are our ideal customers or our ideal team members?
Sarah, it's like you've already done one of my trainings. Okay, so there are so many different points there that we could kind of touch on. So first of all, I am going to go with, yes, you do need new leads. However, the people that already follow you, let's not forget about them, because they are really, really, really important. So you might think that people are not, engaging with you on your posts or anything else. They may be watching your stories. So people look at different sorts of content. So first of all, the people that are seeing your stories are people that already follow you. Okay, so these are people who are already interested in you. So the easiest way to start a conversation is with somebody who already follows you, because they're already interested in what you're doing. So this is where I was talking about using the poll sticker in your stories. You can use this for fun. You know, I use it in loads of different ways. You know, are you enjoying the sunshine? Is it hot or too hot? It can be fun. Or do you want to take it like a step further, like you said, start creating some warm leads? Who's thinking about books, you know, that the kids can take outside through the summer? You know, put things like that in your polls. I'm trying to think what I seen the other day. The one with the train, I'm sure that was one of your team, Sarah, sharing something, a reel about a book that you open and the train runs around the book. It was flipping amazing. But like something like that, you could share that, and then you could put underneath, you know, anybody else's kids go crazy for stuff like this. Because I know that my boys, they're big boys now, but you know, at the time, my kids would have loved that. I would have engaged straight the way with you. Bam, you then
Do you know,
have a
I
whole
saw
of
a
people that are
great one.
interested.
I can't remember who it was actually, but I saw a great one on a Facebook reel yesterday, and it's their box delivery had arrived, and they pulled out one of the new baby books, and their baby was sat on the floor, and the baby was so all into this book, like that baby sold it to everyone because his hands are on it. It was like ant, and pointing at the animals and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, wow, if that child's that engaged, who doesn't want a book that's going to engage their child like that? Children in your marketing are massive as well, but it's that simple, isn't it? It's that simple
Yeah.
of
So
just
it's really about thinking again with intention, doing things with intention. Yes, it's good to share fun stuff into your stories, but realistically, you want to use every feature that you have to create engagement and start a conversation. So stories, people that already follow you, people that are already interested, those are, you know, the perfect candidates to be having conversation with. So I would say first and foremost, make sure that you're sharing stuff into stories and using the different features that you have. So the engagement polls, sliding emoji stickers, the question sticker, all of those sort of things, they're all there to help you with your engagement. So that would be my first thing. Don't forget about the people that are already there following you, because they are the easiest people for you to connect with. The next thing that I'm going to go on to, so when we talk about, you know, going to find your ideal clients, now we can do this by using hashtags. So you can actively use hashtags to bring you up in searches, or you can search hashtags to find people that are sharing certain words. But there has been a new feature, and I know this is what I did a little train. When did I do my last training? This week. And I was actually saying this is a brand new feature. It's not brand new. It came out in 2021, I think, but it's not really been talked about, and it's been you know, changed and tweaked over the last few months, and now it's absolutely banging. So you can use locations. Locations in stories now work. So I don't know if you remember when we did the training at the beginning of the year, and I was saying locations are a bit iffy, hashtags are not working in stories, don't waste your time. They are working now. So
hashtags and stories.
locations, I know for
Okay.
definite locations, I'm still a bit iffy with the hashtags, but definitely locations are working. So basically, if you are wanting to target your local area, you can use location tags not only in your posts, but in your stories. So
So will
that
that reach then people who don't follow you already?
yes, it does. So before, when we were using stories, it was because we wanted to connect with people who already followed us, and that's really important. However, now with this new feature, you can now reach people outside of your target, outside of your audience that you already have by targeting the location. Now, if you want to, like, you know, reverse this and think, right, I want to go and find all of the different mums in Leicester, you can search the word Leicester, go to places, and it brings up a map, an interactive map of all of the things that have been tagged in Leicester. It's even categorized. So you could look at all the posts that have been shared in a certain place, tap on them, it takes you through to their profile. Now, you might be thinking, why would I just want to randomly go through to people's profiles? However, if you're looking at a certain location, you can see these people are teachers, mums, anybody that are going to be interested in your books. You want to go and engage with them. So this is the step before we get to stories. This is where you go and find the people that would be interested in your products and services. So you would go use the location, and like I said, it's even you know, categorized underneath now, with restaurants, bars, shops. So if you were looking for something specific, schools, libraries, it's all there in the map feature. So one, you can search and you
Love
can
it.
you can actually target a certain audience. but also you can be visible in that audience for other people that are looking for certain things by making sure you're using your geotag on your posts and in your stories.
Oh, I'm gonna interject with this. So I'm a bit of a relic. I've been doing this business now for be 8 years in September. So this is before we kind of used Instagram, before we had any kind of Facebook adverts, before anything. This when I went for my team leader promotion, which is what everyone is doing here today, I went with intention, purposely. What do I want to do? Where do I want to find these team members? I was like, well, actually, I want to cover certain areas. So I literally would get a map and I'd go, right, today I want to try and find a team member in Solihull. And I would go and look on Google and I would join the local groups, like notice board groups or groups like that in and around Solihull. And for that day, my focus would be putting posts out about the books, asking about events in that area. Then the next day we'd go, right, today I want to try and find a recruit in Oxford. And this is literally how I built my team. I'm looking for people in this area who would be interested in selling the books. So it's kind of like new level of that. Who have you got in the room?
No, like literally, could it go any like I've made it. I've almost made it to past. So I've had a half naked child running around. If you saw, I was hoping you maybe didn't see, but now I can see.
I didn't see. I just saw your face.
I had a half naked kid here. One letting his friend in through the back gate, and he was making the most frigging noise you could ever imagine. And now my window cleaner's there scraping on my window. I'm like, oh my God, like if I could be any more distracted. Woo, it's nearly past. We made it.
Is it a hot window cleaner?
No, he's not a hot window cleaner at all.
Definitely not. Not a Diet Coke moment then.
Take a picture and share it into my Instagram stories and ask you guys what you think. Go and vote on my poll. Do I have a hot window cleaner?
Do it now. Yeah, so I love that whole location feature then. And it's just being purposeful. You are in control of your business. It's not just throwing posts and reels and stories around in this floaty way of hoping that the absolute right person's going to come across and just happen to see it at the right time. It's not. It's about going, right, I want to have a team member. I want this team member to be a teacher. I want her to be in Leicester. I want her to be able to work with people out there. I'm going to look for that person. I'm going to follow lots of people. Like it's proper distracting.
I've just seen somebody said that I could tell your Leicester accent a mile off. I don't even know who you are, but yeah, I didn't. Did I say I'm in Leicester? I didn't even realise I said that. We were targeting Leicester. Yes, I did.
I had it on the wrong thing. I had it on graphics. I hadn't seen there been any comments at all.
I've just seen something pop up. So yeah, hello from Leicester.
Hello. So yes, that's the kind of mindset I want people to get into is actually you're using your social media with a purpose. Know what it is you're looking for. Are you looking for sales today? Are you looking for events today? Are you looking for school leads today? Or are you looking for recruits today? Because when you know what you're looking for, then what you put out there is purposeful. And it can still be fun and it can still be silly. It can still be like, showing behind the scenes, splashing around in the pool with the kids is great because there's lots of mums who are working full time and would love to be able to be flexible to be working under a parasol like I am right now, where the kids splash around in the pool, or like you, as annoying as it is with your window cleaner and your children inviting your mates round. How cool is that you can afford a window cleaner and you can sit here and work while your children are off school? Yeah. This is actually great for people because it shows people what it is. So that is purposeful content that goes out there and shows it we're real. And that's something I really want people to understand. There's so much that happens in network marketing, especially, which it's kind of come away from it a bit, but it used to be, look at me standing in front of my fast car, or look at me on my holiday, or look at me on this, and it made people look like this polished professionals, and actually, oh my God, we are there with a baby stuck on our boob at midnight. We're trying to reply to people with typos going out of it. We're sleep deprived. We're stressed. We're running on the school run, with yesterday's knickers falling out the bottom of our trouser legs and all that kind of stuff. I've done the school run in my pajama bottoms. I'm not going to say I haven't. It's real life. And actually, if we show it, people go, oh my gosh, I can relate to that person.
This is real life attraction marketing. Like you were saying, that whole, beach, digital nomad lifestyle, isn't for everyone. And it isn't obtainable for people to sit there and see these people with, beach lifestyles and fancy cars and houses that are, you know, so spotless. How many mums can relate to that? How many mums that want to have more can relate to that, can sit and look at that and think, oh wow, that's obtainable? No, they can't. But they, you know, they can look at normal women and think, God, you know, look at her struggling, look at her having to deal with the kids, look at her having to multitask. Oh my God, but she's doing really well in her business. I could do that. If she can do it, I can do that. So it's about, you know, showing that actually, you know, that's the easiest way for you to recruit and for you to bring like people into your business.
Have you just seen the comments as well?
I
Watching
haven't.
guys while unloading a food delivery, the Tesco man now wants an Instagram account. Excellent.
This is what I'm talking about, spreading that Insta love everywhere I go.
It is, and it, you know, and it's great because the success you have does bring a certain lifestyle. Yes, I've been on some amazing holidays. Yet it's not recently. You were just in Greece with your kids, and it's brilliant to show that. But it's telling your story as well, like where just briefly. So I know we're gassing a lot, but there's people. Not everyone knows your background. Tell us where you were, how your life was about 10 years ago, and how social media has changed that for
Oh,
you.
you're going to get me crying, Sarah.
Sorry.
Okay, I will try and break it down really fast. So I separated from my kid's dad about 10 or 11 years ago, and literally had nothing, hit rock bottom, didn't have any savings, didn't have any support, ended up having to go to food banks. It was like dire. I was living on £34 a week. This then kind of pushed me to think, what can I do that's going to fit around my kids? I'd done a bit of photography, so I started a wedding photography business. That's how I fell into using social media. At that point, I started to realize actually social media is a really good marketing tool that is free. So I started to understand that around about 2014, 15. I started a Facebook group for other mums because, you know, I was understanding how hard it was for mums and women to juggle everything and not feel alone. And that Facebook grew to be the fastest growing network for women in the world. We had 55,000 members in 2 years. We turned over £1.2 million. I was featured in Forbes. And that's kind of led me on now to really focusing solely on Instagram, because in the space of the last 2 years, everybody's had to go online. For those people that were bricks and mortar, that had never really done anything online, COVID gave you no choice. People had to pivot in their jobs and everything else.
Oh, I haven't used Pivot for ages.
And I realized that, you know, actually, my time is much better spent rather than focusing, you know, across social media where, you know, I built everything. Really, my passion lies with Instagram and teaching other business owners, you know, actually what you can achieve by using it. So social media literally changed my life. And I literally, that is not bullshit. It changed my life. Has it been easy? No. Have I seen the dark side of social media? Yes. But am I still here using it, growing my business really well? Yes, I am. Here I am talking to you guys about it. So hopefully that inspires you to know that, you know, there wasn't thousands of pounds through into advertising and all of those sort of things. Personally, I don't really use Facebook ads, Instagram ads. You might see something in the next few weeks because I'm really focusing on a campaign here in Leicester. So again, using all of these different features we've talked about will help. However, I've got a really tight demographic. I'm going to, you know, put out an Instagram or a boosted ad, but there is no reason to. You know, you can actually reach your ideal clients without spending a single penny. And that's what I really want to get across to people.
This is what I really want to put. Just imagine for a second. I know you've lived through this, being there on your own, two small young children, having to go to a food bank to ask for food because you don't have the money to be. So like you, I remember sitting on my sofa one day, and I was with my partner, but you know, money was so tight. And we had a meter for our gas, and the gas had run out, and I had £10 left to last the week. And I sat there going, how can I heat my children and go and put food on the table? And just that, I have no idea
There's
how
going to
to
be so
do
many people,
this.
you know, the situation that we're in right now, you know, we both had very different circumstances, you know, reasons for why we were in that situation. But I think especially now, more so than ever, you know, people are really, really struggling. really struggling. So, you know, they need your support. Don't think of you offering your business and offering recruitment out there as, you know, a bad thing, because you're offering a line of support to people. I feel like this. I don't like to sell my trainings or sell my anything, because I'm like, yeah, I'm a little bit icky about selling. However, I have to like remind myself that actually people need my training. I'm doing you guys a disservice if I'm not here giving you training or giving you advice or, you know, stepping back. So it's really about remembering how you can help other people, and keeping that in the forefront of your mind, because people are really struggling right now. Like you've just said, it is literally going to come to a point of, what do we do? Is it this or is it
Exactly.
that? And you guys have the opportunity to help take
And
people out of that situation.
I think so many people get so many people when they're joining, oh, I can't afford to do it. I'm not going to be able to afford to buy stock. I'm not going to be able to afford to buy banners. I'm not going to be able to find. You don't need any of that. All you need is determination. So I couldn't afford anything, no fancy stalls, no this. As I went along, someone gave me some book stands in the end, and people helped and things like that. But you know, I'm now sat. I did a live earlier where, you know, I said I'm sat in the house that my business allowed me to buy. It's given me over £300,000 in commission. It's, you know, I've gone from that person who was nothing. And okay, the last year has been a bit iffy in terms of like what's happened in the year, but I'm still not in that situation. And that's what we offer people. So when we're going out and saying someone, you can join my team, so often we get stuck on this, well, I'm going to make money off them, I'm doing this for me. Oh my God, you are changing that person's life, or at least giving them the opportunity for them to change their life. And as you say, you don't need adverts, you don't need this. If you've got social media, you can reach
It's
people, you
free.
can find
Every,
people.
everybody has a phone. You know, who doesn't have a phone these days? Even if you don't have Wi-Fi, libraries, there's places you can go to get free Wi-Fi. Like if you want to do it, you will do it. And it's literally, you know, the best free marketing tool you could possibly have. And it's in your hand, you know, use it
Right,
wisely.
we have spoken now for 40 minutes. I was going to touch on reels with you, but do you need to disappear and do like, something else? I didn't really put a time limit of how long we were going to talk for. But
No, as long as you're okay with the fact that my kids, I can hear them banging around with tools and stuff in the kitchen, which
my garden backs onto a school, so I don't know if you can see all the all about 100 kids have just gone out to playtime, so I can
no.
hear football, screaming, everything happening over there. Um, Reels then. Let's because you've just done a massive like challenge, reels challenge. They are, you know, I've over the last year heard you talking to your blue in the face of like, this is the future, this is like reels are the way to go. And you know, obviously now they're all on Facebook as well as Instagram. It's kind of originated from this TikTok culture, which, you know, in the start of lockdown we were all doing it. We were all doing poo na na na, and then the little dances. And I'm bored in the house, and I'm in the house bored. Like, let's not pretend we didn't go over to the dark side and have a look at TikTok for a
I
bit.
was there.
But it did bring this new way. You've got YouTube shorts. They're everywhere now. These shorts clips. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of what they do to people's mental health. I think they're actually a terrible idea to sit and consume them the entire all day, every day, because your brain can't process it. I have long conversations with my children about this. But in terms of a marketing perspective, again, being intentional, being a creator rather than a consumer. Go on, tell us about them.
Okay, so like you said, Instagram Reels are very similar to TikTok. So for anybody that is using TikTok, you'll know that's now my window cleaner knocking on my freaking door, like as if he's coming back next week. So Instagram Reels are very similar to TikTok. So they're short videos that you can have set to music, you can have them set to audio, you can be in them, you can record them live, you can add in images. But the beauty of Reels is the fact that you can reach a much bigger audience than you can with posts and stories. So we've talked about stories are seen by mostly people who already follow you. You might pick up a few views from your location tags as well. Your main feed posts, your static posts, tend to be seen by people that are either following you or that are coming up through your hashtags. But Instagram Reels are being pushed out by Instagram to lots and lots of people. So, for example, I manage an account that has less than 100 followers currently, and they were reaching upwards of like 800 people. So, you know, in comparison, they have 50 followers and their reels are reaching 800 people. So it just goes to show the sort of reach that you can get with Instagram Reels. They don't have to be long, like you've just said. You can use Instagram templates. So if you go over to my Instagram account, you'll see in my highlights, I think I've actually saved some that are templates. So if you're wanting to just add in your own images, go and check out my Instagram highlights. I'm sure there's one there. Tap it and it will come up with templates, and you can just add in your own images. So it's super easy as well. And like you said, Sarah, it's about not being overwhelmed with it all. You know, try and look at it from a really simple point of view. It's done is better than perfect. Are my reels perfect? Definitely not. But am I sitting there taking 50 million takes? Definitely not, because I like the sunshine and I like being in my garden and I like doing fun stuff too. And I like Budweiser. So, you know, I definitely don't have time to be spending all day on reels. But what I do put out there is things that people are going to find useful or that they're going to find entertaining. You know, like you've just said, images. You've all got images of your books that you can be sharing out using a template. There's a challenge for you. I know Sarah's already given you a task for today. However, I would love to see you create a template. I've just said they're over in my highlights. Share some images of your books. Bam, there's your reel for today. It's going to take you less than 5 minutes. We have.
Do you want to be our judge? Sorry, this is very ad hoc, and so one of the things I was going to introduce in this boot camp. So we've got 6 weeks this boot camp. I wanted to do reel of the week. So everyone submit at the end of their week their best reel that they've put out that week. Would you be the judge on our reel of the week?
I would love to be the judge, and I tell you what I would love to do then. So we've just finished our Instagram Reels challenge. So you can't you can sign up. We've got another one happening in October. So I will give you the link. You can sign up for the October one. However, all of the videos that were inside the challenge, so I think there's about 8 videos, one for each day. All of those videos and the how-to transition. So there's 5 how-to transitions videos as well. All of those are in our members area. So if you want to learn more about Reels, you can go and check it out in the members area. I will give you a code as well, Sarah. So it's usually £15. It will be £7.50. And trust me when I say this, like just one of the videos on their own are worth £7.50. There are over 15, 16 videos in there to help you with everything to Instagram. That it's like rammed. But I will give away access to the members area. I will give away 1 free month to whoever wins Reel of the Week for the next 6 weeks. So
yay! Look at that for a prize as well.
I want you guys sharing reels. So yeah, I would love to be your judge. And if anybody needs any help, that was like a perfect way to kind of tell you there is all of the videos are now in the members area, and it talks you through everything you need to know, literally from what are reels right the way through to adding text, what are templates, voiceovers, you name it, it's in there. So I will drop you, I will drop you a code.
Fantastic. And what an incentive is that as well then, to do a really good reel this week to be the first winner for that. Someone has just said how to use a template. It kind of just talks you through it. If you click on, so when you watch the reel, underneath it will say template, you click on it and it will just
double check that I actually have my highlight there. And then, yeah, there it is. So it says Reels templates above where my feed is. And then you'll be able to see, I don't know if you can see that right now, but you can, if you tap through, there's, I think, 4 or 5 different, and you just tap on my reel. So if you tap on it, it'll say watch reels, and then you go through, and above my name, it'll say use template down here. And you just tap on the use template and then add in your own media here. So you can literally just go straight
to the music with that one.
That one was my holiday in Greece. It was amazing. So yeah, there's loads of templates in there. Go to my highlights, reels templates, click on the reel that you want to recreate using the audio, and then go to template.
I love that Kerry just said her and Marnie have lots of reels planned for next week. She's got a competitive pants on now already. She always does. She's like, oh, I don't know if I've got time to do boot camp. Like, come to boot camp, Kerry. And that's it. She'd be hooked now. Okay. So yeah, loads and loads of content then. I'm in your members club. Do you know one of my favorite things in it is still the hashtag directory, just the ideas of what hashtags to put out. Just incredible. I'm going to put, before we finish up, because we've now been talking 45 minutes and people have got tasks to do, I'm going to put this comment on because I think this is hugely powerful. So I don't know who wrote this. I can't see the names of people on here. So on the radio today, they were saying, what's your big moment that changed your life? For me, this is it. Thanks for making me feel that for the first time I can do this. Just how incredible is that? Because you can all do this.
Like, you've got me all teary.
I know. I've got a bit tingly
You
now.
can do this. Like, and believe me, like, I'm the first person to tell you that, you know, good shit don't come easy. I will not sit here and tell you that it's been easy. There have been struggles along the way, but you just got to keep going. You know, we've all really had a really tough 2 years. But know that there are people there that are going to support you. You know, I have loads of free resources. We've just talked about, like, you know, different paid trainings. There are free resources. You know, there's nothing stopping you. You've got your phone in your hand. Wi-Fi is free if you go to the library.
Oh,
You know,
YouTube's the biggest free directory of how to do stuff there ever is. You want to learn how to do something, Google it.
the only
This is
thing
brilliant to
standing
have
in
your
your way is
directory.
you.
It's all in one place, but you can find all the information out there, like you and I had to. No one gave us a book of how to be
I'm
successful.
screenshotting this.
We all just
Content for days. Content for days.
Well, it is the little things like that you can go back. You know, nothing makes me better than after I've ran a training or ran a boot camp or a workshop. You get lots of little messages like, that was incredible. That's what I needed to hear. You're such an inspiration. And you know, when you're at your low points, having those bits to read back through, oh my gosh, is that powerful? Does that give you a kick up the arse? And does that realize that the world is so much bigger than you? And I think when I was younger, I used to take drugs. I used to go out because I didn't care whether I lived or died. Like my life was in a real shit place at that point. Sorry if you've got kids at home. I realise I'm just swearing now. But you know, my life was all about me. My life has purpose now because it isn't about me. It's about all of you guys. It's about showing people you can have it all. You can have your children. You can be a full-time mum. You can have a career. You can have the holidays. You can have the income. You can have the house. Like, it is all there. And we get squashed down into believing it's only for certain people. You have to be really clever. You have to be really this. I'm not really clever. I'm not really this. Just don't take freaking no for an answer. Like and just stubborn. Yeah. I think is more the thing is that I want it and I'm going to get it. And all of you have that. There is not a skill that can't be learned by anyone when it comes to social media and business. Like, it is there for everybody. Someone else put Estelle's member area is amazing tool. I've learned loads from it. So yeah,
I'm glad you like it.
Excellent. Okay, Estelle, before we wrap up then, is there anything else that you would like to say? I'm sure you're going to stay in the group anyway. You're going to be our judge for our Reels challenge.
I'm going to be around. No, I can't wait to see your Reels. So, like I've just said, there's a little challenge from me for today as well. You know, go and use the template option. You've just heard it's in the highlights on my account. Go to the highlights, click the templates, add in your pictures. It's going to take you less than 5 minutes. Share them into your stories as well. So once you've created your Reel, you can then share it into your stories so that people that are not viewing the Reels.
Tagging myself and Estelle so we can see them as well.
Make sure you tag me and I will reshare it as well. So at Estelle Keeber Official is my personal account, and at Immortal Monkey Official is the business account. So if you want to tag either of those, I will then share them out into my stories so even more people will see them. But yeah, just don't be scared. Go ahead and do it. And share into your stories anyway. Even if you're not going to share your Reel today, take a screenshot. In fact,
even just take a screenshot of this. Should we post a screenshot?
Give me a wave. Yeah, there we go. So take a screenshot, share it into your Instagram stories, tag us, let us know what you thought of the training. What one thing are you going to do? I want you to share into your stories. What one thing are you going to do? Commit to something, put it in there, and then I'm going to come and stalk you and make sure that you did it.
Yes, love it. Excellent. All right. Bye, everybody. I will be live back here at 12 o'clock with the amazing Deb Bamford, and we're going to be talking about confidence then and how you can become more confident, feel more confident, and not have that fear before you go in and do something crazy like Reels and stories and all that kind of stuff. So we will be back at 12, and I will speak to you then. Take care.